Hi, Sam here again at Kiwi Nurseries. Today we're just going to talk a little bit about how to identify weak branch unions and what that means and what we can do to mitigate the weak branch. So right here on this apple tree, this is a good example of what we call included bark, where you have this crack between the two branches, and when you pull it apart you can see that they want to separate. So this is bad because if one of these branches tears out, it's going to leave a large wound right in the middle of the tree. A lot of the time this can happen when there's a heavy wet snowfall in the spring or in the fall, when the tree still has its leaves on and it gets a lot of extra weight and starts bending the branches over. And if you have a weak union, it'll usually cause a split. So we want to do whatever we can to avoid that from happening. So I'll show you another example of a strong branch union so that we can kind of tell the difference between a weak one and a strong one. Okay, so I'm just going to show you on this tree. It's a different tree than what we were looking at before, but we're going to look at an example of a strong union just to show you the difference between the two. So if you look closely here, right here we have the two branches, and you can see, I don't know if you can see on the video, but there's a collar that goes around each branch. And it just means that if we were to pull these branches apart or to break them, it would break, but it wouldn't tear out into the center of the tree. It would probably just break here at the union. So that's a good thing. So that if there was ever a storm or heavy wet snow or high winds, you might break a branch, but you're not going to lose the whole tree. So that's the idea about pruning the weak branch unions out. So we'll go back and look at the other tree, and I'll show you guys how to actually make a pruning cut to get rid of that weak branch union.